Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 157, and this is my weekly meal plan episode. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the show. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. If there is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional counseling done securely online. There is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be available to you locally. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/Lola, that's better HELP, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Lola's Frugal Life listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Lola. Hi everyone, welcome to my weekly meal plan episode. If you haven't listened before, each week I share with you what I have on our meal plan for my family for the upcoming week. The idea is just to maybe motivate you to put your meal plan together, maybe give you some ideas, or if you'd like to follow along, of course, that's fine too. I do share the recipes as best as I can. Most of them have a website you can go to find them on, either All Recipes or something like that. I do have a lot from All Recipes. It's just where I wind up getting a lot of recipes from. I do post them all on the Facebook page if there is a link. And for the ones that I don't have a recipe for, I kind of try and, as best as I can, let you know how I'm making that, quickly within the episode. The reason I think it's important to do this is because meal planning saves so much money. And if you can plan your meals and just buy groceries for what you are actually going to cook, you'll be amazed at how much money you can save in your grocery shopping, rather than just going and buying things that you will, think to put together later on to make meals. So this week is a little bit weird because we have the Super Bowl and we have my daughter's birthday fall within the same week. So I don't have what I would normally plan for those days, but we're going to go through it anyway, and I will let you know what I have. I do use meal rotation. So for example, every other Monday we do hamburgers, things like that. So Thursdays we usually do soup and grilled cheese, or breakfast for dinner. So I have kind of a theme and a rotation that I follow, so you'll definitely see repetitiveness, but I do that to make it easy for myself. So that's that. So the meal plan starts on Saturday. This episode comes out every Wednesday morning. That way, if you were going to follow along with any of the recipes, you would have enough time to get your grocery list together before the meal plan starts. So for this Saturday, February 6th, we are going to be doing oven-baked chicken, and that's from BettyCrocker.com. This is a really super easy recipe. I usually just call it Bisquick chicken when I'm going to make it, so my family knows what it is that I'm making. But pretty much you just take bone-in chicken and you dredge it in Bisquick and bake it. It's so easy and it comes out really good. When you make it, you put the skin down for the first part of the cooking because it has butter in the bottom of the dish, and then you flip it over when you're done. I usually always use chicken thighs, but it's good with chicken legs too. And then you flip them over for the last part, and the skin gets so crispy and it just comes out really good. So we're doing that, and then on the side we're doing peas and pasta, which is from Weelicious.com, WEELICIOUS.com. There's really not much to this recipe though. It's pretty much just pasta, any type of pasta that would go good with peas, the shape you want a pasta that's going to kind of catch the peas in it. And it's pretty much just cooked pasta with peas and some Parmesan cheese, olive oil, some seasoning, maybe some salt. So that's that. So we're doing that with the chicken. So that's Saturday. So Sunday, it's Super Bowl, and I kind of go a little crazy with things like this, with any time that we can do like tons of appetizers or anything like that. So I always go overboard. So pretty much for Super Bowl, I don't have an actual meal planned, because we are doing like appetizers like pretty much all day. But I'll share with you what those are in case you're interested. I did forget to mention that this meal plan is only dinners primarily. I usually try and say that at the beginning, but it's pretty much only dinners. We just do like breakfast is cereal or eggs or whatever, and then lunch is usually leftovers or sandwiches or things like that. So this meal plan is all dinners. But for Super Bowl, I'm just going to be making things like kind of all throughout the day, and we're just going to be picking on snacks, appetizers, like the whole day long. So the first thing I'm making is pigs in a blanket, and I don't have a link for this one, but it's super easy. I just use turkey dogs and crescent rolls, and I just roll the turkey dogs in the crescent rolls, bake them at 375 for 12 to 15 minutes, and that's that one. I'm also making buffalo chicken dip from allrecipes.com, and this is just like a simple, it's like, you know, got like the cream cheese and the chunk chicken and ranch dressing, the buffalo sauce and cheese. It's super healthy, just kidding. But this is one of my favorites, so I'm making that also. I'm also making a 7-layer dip. It's just called 7-layer dip, and that's from allrecipes.com. This is actually vegetarian. If you know you have anyone in your family that is vegetarian, this is one of the dips that my daughter will eat. It's pretty much just like a refried bean, avocado, sour cream and mayonnaise mixture, salsa, that type of thing, and you make a layer dip with it. It's pretty good. We always like it, and I'll serve that with chips. The buffalo chicken dip I'll serve with crackers. I'm also making this easy tortilla pizza, which I have not made before. It's from allrecipes.com, but it looked like it would be kind of fun. It's pretty much just like you make a pizza on a tortilla, so it'd be like a real thin crust, little like pizza with just basically just putting like cheese and sauce, and I was thinking of putting like little pepperoni slices on it. So that's that. And then I am also making Chef John's crab cakes, which is more of kind of like a meal type food, but I'm not doing like sides or anything like that. That's also from allrecipes.com. This is a really good crab cake recipe. At least we really like it. It's really simple to make. There is a little bit of time involved in waiting. I think about an hour. I forget. I think you have to put the crab cakes, at least an hour. After you make the crab cakes, you have to put them in the fridge for an hour so that they can kind of get a little bit firmer before you cook them. But otherwise, it's really super quick and easy recipe. So that's kind of all the food. And then I do have like other frozen appetizers, like mini quiches from BJ's and things like that to fill in if we need it. I doubt we'll need it. This is a lot of food, but just in case I do have that. And then I'm also going to try and make this dessert, which sounded really good because I happen to have a sheet of puff pastry left over from Thanksgiving for a recipe that I had made, or it might have been Christmas, not Thanksgiving. It was Christmas. I made like this mushroom Wellington, and I have a sheet of puff pastry left over. So I found this recipe called chocolate banana bundles, and it's on tasteofhome.com. And it's pretty much like banana with like brown sugar and chocolate wrapped in a puff pastry, and I just thought that sounded so good. And then you put like ice cream on top. So we're going to do that as a dessert for Super Bowl. By the end of the day, I'm sure we're going to be like, oh my gosh, we ate so much, but whatever. That's what we kind of do every Super Bowl. Okay, so then Monday is back to normal food again. So on Monday, we're doing ribeye steak. I don't have a recipe for this one, but pretty much what I do is I just marinate the steak with some olive oil, red wine vinegar, just like a half cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and then some of the Montreal steak seasoning. And I just shake it up in a Ziploc bag and marinate it that way. And then I just throw it under the broiler for about 5 to 7 minutes on each side, depending on how thick the steak is or however you like it done. So we're doing that on Monday, and then I'm making fried rice with that also. I do have an Instant Pot recipe which I think I'm going to probably use this time. I go back and forth between that one and then just doing it like in the frying pan. But the Instant Pot recipe can be found at mydaintysoulcurry.com. It's like MYDAINTY soul curry CURRY.com. And it's a pretty quick, easy way to make fried rice in the Instant Pot. Just be careful about the water. I always go a little extra on the water when I make this, because for some reason if I don't, I get that burn warning. If you have an Instant Pot, if you haven't seen that yet, I'm sure at some point you will. But it's really annoying because it stops everything and you have to kind of figure out like where you were at and try and get the recipe to fix itself. But anyway, so I do always add a little bit extra water when I make the fried rice. And then we're also just going to do a bagged salad with that, one of those like salad kits, I guess. I call it a bagged salad, but I guess most people would probably call it a salad kit. So that's Monday. So Tuesday, we're doing tacos. So I don't have a recipe for that one either. I feel like this week there's a lot I don't have a recipe for. Sorry about that. But I mean, I think everyone pretty much has their own way they make tacos. I'll just have hard shells, soft shells, cook up some ground turkey, season it, and then I put out like sour cream, avocados, taco sauce, cheese, I know I'm forgetting something, lettuce, tomato, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm also going to make Instant Pot lentil tacos. It's just the filling. It's from TasteBetterFromScratch.com, and it's pretty much just a taco filling made from lentils, and it's super quick and easy. It tastes really good, and my daughter will use that for her filling for the tacos this week. I usually switch back and forth between that and just doing like refried beans, so I will make that this time. Then for Wednesday, we're doing shrimp scampi bake. That's from allrecipes.com. This is super easy. I use frozen shrimp. I buy the ones that just have like the tail on them, so I just have to pop the tails off real quick. And then you just bake this in the oven. It's like butter, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, garlic, and you just bake it in the oven. And then when it's done, I just make spaghetti. Well, I of course I make the spaghetti while it's cooking in the oven, but then you just make the spaghetti and just toss it all together, and it makes a really quick, easy meal. So Thursday, I do not have a meal plan because that is my daughter's birthday, and we're going to order in food. She'll get to choose what it is, so I don't even know where we're ordering from yet. But Thursdays, we usually do like soup and grilled cheese. So if you're kind of following this meal plan at all, or if you just need an idea, maybe you could just go onto the Facebook page and look for one of the soups that you haven't made in a while, or, you know, something like that. If you are following this, I wouldn't do breakfast for dinner because we are going to be doing that next week. But anyway, so unfortunately I don't have a meal for Thursday, but maybe one of those things that we usually do on a Thursday. And then Friday, we are making porcupines again. I hadn't made these in a really long time, but I've put them in the meal rotation more frequently. Lately, it's just one of those things that'll kind of come in for a while and then probably get replaced with something else for a while. But we've been really liking these lately, and it's pretty much just like this recipe is made with ground turkey. So it's ground turkey, rice, water, and you make like a meatball, and you just kind of brown it real quick in a frying pan, and then you cook it in the oven in like a red sauce and a tomato sauce, and then we serve it with mashed potatoes. So we're doing Chef John's mashed potatoes, which is from allrecipes.com also, and then just a can of corn. So Chef John's mashed potatoes, the reason I like this recipe is because it just basically instructs you to just cut the potato in half lengthwise and not chop it up and dice it, and it comes out just as good, and it comes out super easy and quick because you're not sitting there dicing up potatoes. And then he also has you put the potatoes back in the pot before you add any like milk or butter or anything. Turn the heat on and just kind of let some of the water come out, like steam out of the potatoes, I guess. You just turn the heat on and cook the potatoes a little bit before adding anything extra, and it helps the extra moisture get out, and then I think that really helps it absorb like the butter and the milk, so they do come out really good. One thing I did want to say with the porcupines is I don't know if I feel like it calls for regular rice, but I've had much better luck using minute rice when I do the porcupines, because I have had times where, depending on the rice that I bought, it just didn't cook enough. So I've been doing it with minute rice and I've never had a problem. So that's just a tip. And that's it. So that was Friday. That's the last meal for this week. So I hope this is helpful in either for you to find some recipes or just kind of give yourself some motivation to do your meal plan. And I thank you for listening. If you have any feedback or you'd like to reach out to me for any reason, you can reach me at facebook.com/LolaSFrugalLife. That's where I post all the recipes also. If you're looking for any of the recipes that have been, I believe, on any of the meal plans that I've done. If you can't find one, please just let me know and I will find it for you if I have a website to share. You can also join our private listeners group, which is at facebook.com/groups/LolaSFrugalLife. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like the show, and if you'd be kind enough to leave me a review, that would be really appreciated. It's supposed to really help the show with getting found by other users, and it helps me too because it makes me happy when I see a new review. I would check every day, so that would be super nice. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.